Hi guys, welcome back to episode 6. Um, I'm in a hotel room because I've got an interview tomorrow, another big project. We'll see how that one goes if you lot can keep your little commenting mix to yourself. But yeah, no, hopefully it goes really well. This episode is going to be a bit different. Okay, first of all, let's just touch down on the fringe, right? Because it has driven... the worst mistake I made was getting that fringe. It's killed me. And I'm not even going to say who my inspiration was for the fringe. There's only one person alive that knows who I copied when I got that, because I generally, as a rule, do not copy people. People copy me. I'm fine with that. But I don't copy people. I am not a trendsetter, because what trend have I started? This better sort itself out before it's make. Basically, today I'm going to do something a little bit different, because I make TikToks and a lot of them do really well. And what I speak about on TikTok is, it's kind of like advice, but like Islamic, and there's an Islamic hint to it. So I made a video not long ago about how I have been praying for something for 8 years, non-stop. And it's only like now that it's coming true. It's coming true before my eyes. Obviously 8 years is a really long time to pray for something, isn't it? So I made that video, posted it on TikTok, and it, like, I don't know, I think it's on like 300,000 or something like that. But from there, I got a lot of messages from girls who, you know, they're praying to be with the person that they love and things like that. So I thought today I'm going to do an episode, and the episode is called Why Can't We Marry the One We Want? Now, I feel like this is an issue that is, it's big within like our culture and our religion. I don't feel like people from other cultures really go through it like we do. So we understand the notion of not being able to marry somebody because they're not from the same country, caste, religion. Maybe mumsy just don't like him. Maybe mom just don't like him. We are so familiar with the concept of not being able to marry who we want. Now, when you love somebody, you want that person. You're not trying to hear what mumsy's saying. You don't care what your dad says. We listen to them out of respect. But our heart is breaking inside. And there are a lot of girls that message me that are like, please, I really want to be with him, for a number of reasons. Some of the girls, their parents didn't agree. Some, there was issues with the boy. For whatever reason, that's not the issue. The issue is being with the one that you want. Why can't we be with the one that we want? Now, sometimes, girls, we don't get to be with the person that we want to be with because it is a protection from Allah. We need to understand that as well. Sometimes we don't understand that when we don't get something, it's because Allah is protecting us from something greater down the line. Now, I'm going to speak about my own experiences here, which I'm quite happy to do. I've never really gone into it in the depth that I am planning to do today. I was married before. I haven't been married for many years, but I got married very young. I think I was like 20 when I got married. And I married somebody that was not right for me at all. Was not right for me in any instance. But God, Allah, had shown me that he wasn't. But in my arrogance, I just wanted him. I was absolutely obsessed with him. Absolutely obsessed. He was no good for me whatsoever, but I was quite young. He was like, when I was quite a bit older, he was about 28, something like that. I was absolutely obsessed with him. He had nothing to offer me. Nothing. And at the same time, I'm not from a family who would be like, you're not marrying him. You're not, because my mum and dad went through their own scenario to get to be with each other. So, like, my dad would always respect that. My dad wouldn't be like, oh, you can't marry him. My dad would always let us marry who we want to marry because of his own problems in the past. So I ended up marrying someone who was so not right for me. We don't go together at all. Not even just looks wise. Mentality, character, dreams, aspiration. Oh my God, we do not fit together at all. We are polar opposites. We have nothing in common. Nothing. And on top of that, he treated me badly. Let's not go into it too much because I don't want to go in just trash people. It is what it is. The past is the past. We forgive people for the sake of Allah. We forgive fi sabilillah. So subhanallah, it's forgiven. No point going back over it again. When I tell you that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had showed me so many times that this man was not right for me is an understatement. Through all kinds of shenanigans, we would have girls that would knock on the door. We would have girls that would ring me, that would claim all kinds of infidelity. But every single time, excuses get said, and then I end up believing, and all of this stuff. So many times, I was shown this man is not right for you. Even, sisters, even the first time we were supposed to read our nikah, the first time, the imam got run over. Bang. What more of a bigger sign do you want than that? What more of a, Tarina, you're not supposed to marry this person, do you want? What more do you want? I don't think you get a bigger sign than that. The imam got run over. The nikah was cancelled. And me, being the brat, obsessed in love, I was fixated. I had to marry him. I had to, because I wanted it from my nafs. Your nafs is like your ego kind of thing. I wanted it from my ego. So what did I do? Instead of saying, okay, maybe this is a sign. Maybe I should, and not only for the sign, you're a shit person, astaghfirullah. You're violent, you're nasty, you're everything. Maybe this is my sign that I should not marry you. But no. In my young, spoilt, tantrumy ways that didn't have the wisdom that I do about Islam now, no. I kicked off. I threw a major tantrum, absolutely major tantrum. I was like, you better get an imam the next time, the next day, or subhanallah, whatever. Anyway, we ended up getting married. I can't remember, I think it was the next day or a few days later. Different imam, obviously. But sisters, when I tell you that this marriage ended in the most terrible way, the most terrible of ways. Terrible. And the things I had endured for 4 years, out of this world. I don't even need to say it now. Horrendous. But I didn't listen. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was trying to protect me, because Allah knew what would happen. Qadar Allah, everything happens for a reason. And everything that has happened was supposed to happen. But sometimes Allah shows you a person's true colours. You have to accept it. Because Allah knows what's right for us, whilst we do not. We need to think more about Allah knowing what is right for us. He knows everything. He knows what's right for us. We have to trust it. Okay, but you really want that man because you love him so much. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, it really hurts, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Yes, it does. But maybe Allah, God, is trying to save you from something further down the line that will be a bigger heartbreak than what you're feeling right now. Pray Salatul Istikhara. Sisters, I advise you very strongly to pray Salatul Istikhara. Another personal story now, and this is why I am a big advocate for Salatul Istikhara. I was supposed to get married again, obviously to a different man, like 2.5 years ago. Perfect guy. He's not perfect because nobody's perfect, but for me, perfect. Oh my God, amazing man. Oh, subhanallah, I could trust him. He wasn't a liar. He was a family guy. He was beautiful guy, very beautiful, mashallah, on his face. Every last thing, lovely guy, hard worker, respectful, family man, amazing. Don't get me wrong, we would argue sometimes, bicker about silly things, pathetic things. Probably it's me most of the time, if I'm being honest with you, because I could be quite hard to handle before. Sometimes when you go through a lot in life, you're carrying them burdens and that heartbreak for a long time afterwards. Now I'm fully healed, but sometimes that's why it's good not to rush into another relationship, because sometimes you're carrying scars from what was before. That's not fair, that's not right, because the next person doesn't deserve to deal with the heartbreak from before. No, we don't do that. We stay single, we heal ourselves, and then we go on marching for the next person when we are the best version of ourselves. Anyway, we were literally supposed to get married. Like, all the paperwork had been done, like the families, I was sorting out my dress, I was sorting out my bridesmaid's dress, every last thing. And then I thought to myself, do you know what? I haven't prayed Salatul Istikhara. Let me pray. Salatul Istikhara is a prayer that we Muslims pray for guidance, and Allah will show us if it's right for us or not. It's long, it's deep, but we will get a sign. It could come in a dream, it could be a feeling in your heart, it could be a scenario, whatever. You will get a sign about if that thing is right for you or if it's not right for you. That is Salatul Istikhara, the salah of guidance, if you want guidance. So I randomly said, do you know what? I'm going to pray Salatul Istikhara today to see if I should marry that man. Randomly, I had no reason to do so, other than I thought, do you know what? Let me ask Allah about this one, because I didn't listen to Allah before. So let me just see, you know, let me just see what Allah says to me about this one. This is a good one. So I prayed Salatul Istikhara around Asr time. I asked if it's right for me, show me that it's right for me. If it's not good for me and my deen, then please show me that it's not good for me and my deen. That's the prayer that we say, right? Loads of other things as well, but that's the essence of the prayer. That's the core of the prayer. So it was like late afternoon, not sunset, not evening. This had never happened in 2 years. I could not get hold of him. I couldn't. His phone wasn't ringing, his phone was off. This had never happened in 2 years. Never. He would, okay, maybe he might miss the call, but maximum 10 minutes he'll ring you back. If he can't speak, he'll message. He's a reliable guy. He's a decent guy. That's why I loved him so much. Nothing like the one before. Oh my God, he absolutely terrorized me. This one treated me like I'd never been treated before. So I'm like, okay, cool. An hour has passed now, and I'm like, right, okay, this is not normal. And my thought is he dead? Not another woman. That's the kind of guy that he was. I wouldn't think, is he with another woman? I would think, is he dead? That's how loyal and trustworthy he was. Another hour's passed. I'm like, this is not right. And then I started to feel sick, like I used to feel when I was married to the other one, because the other one wouldn't come home. The other one would be with another woman and come home after 2 days. The other one would... Let's not go further into that. But you know that feeling when you're ringing them and you don't get an answer? It's on voicemail, or they drop the call. Only women who've been through it know the anxiety that feeling causes. I started to feel like that. It reminded me of when I was married to the other one, and I was like, I can't do it. That hour turned into another hour, and these feelings of anxiety are getting crazy. They're out of control now. I'm biting my nails. I'm like, I can't. I feel like, right, I'm not marrying him anymore. I don't care what his reason is. I am not marrying him anymore, because I feel now like I'm married to the other one. I feel exactly like I felt with him, and it's not right. After about 9 hours, he resurfaced. He rang me, and I was like, oh, are you okay? And he was very somber. He was like, yeah, Tom, I'm okay. I was like, where have you been? Like, are you sure you're okay? Like, what's happened? And he said, basically, I haven't told you, but I've been gambling for like the past few weeks. And I've been in the casino. He'd also like had a bit of a drink or whatever. Let's not even get into that, guys. He was with his friends in the casino and drinking whatever, and he had lost a lot of money that night. He said, basically, Tam, I've lost it all, kind of thing. So I said to him, I said, look, I can't marry you. Don't get me wrong, I comforted him and said, oh, I hope you'll be okay. All of that stuff. But I was like, I'm so sorry, I can't marry you. I really I can't. And he was like, why? Are you crazy? What's wrong with you? I'm not going to go to the casino again. You know I'm not a gambler. We've been together for 2 years. I've only been going for the past 4 weeks. It's not going to, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen again. I said, you don't understand. I prayed Salatul Istikhara for Allah to give me a sign. This is my sign. And he was like, you're going to leave me because of Salatul Istikhara? I was like, yes, I am. Because in that moment, in them 9 hours when I couldn't get hold of you, I felt exactly like I felt when I was married to the man before you, the man that sent me to hell and back. And I'm not doing it again. And I asked Allah to guide me and show me and give me a sign, and this is what he showed me. You did something that you hadn't done in 2 years. Sorry, subhanallah. Finished. Just like that, we were finished. After like a year or so, I found out that he'd been into all kinds of fraudulent behaviour, and he showed his true colours, that he was not the right person for me. Like, I made the right decision. Allah showed me the right thing. He turned out to be not a nasty man, but you know when you see a different side of someone and it's like, oh, okay, yeah. So here we are. Here I am. Did not marry that guy. And I know that was the right thing to do. So sisters, I need to go now because it's nearly 20 minutes. But you need to start praying Salatul Istikhara, and you need to accept the qadr of Allah. Sometimes something is not right for you. That is why Allah does not give it to you. In Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, maybe something is good for you, but you do not like it. And maybe something is bad for you, but you like it. Along them lines, not the exact words. We don't know what's good for us. We don't know. And sometimes we don't get the one we want because Allah is saving us from something. I hope that you get to marry the one that you want. I hope that he is right for you. Sisters, just quickly, make the dua. If he is not right for me, make him right for me. And remember, I made a TikTok video. I'm going to remind you again. So long as it is right for me and my deen and the akhirah. You need to include that in the dua, sisters, because, you know, we beg and we beg and we beg and we beg for someone, and Allah gives it to us. And then later on down the line, it's like, oh, I wish I hadn't have married him. But we live, we learn, and I will make dua for every last one of you.